All right. This is the second part of the porting of Android to, PC to Android programming. And it's one nice grind. Let's see, what are our devices doing? Yeah, my device like kind of turned out there for a minute. See, should we just mess with this for no reason? Yeah, this is the little UI thing I was trying to make, and what I made, it's just basically a quad over a quad. It's so special. To quickly access it, go here and just view it. Basically, it's this guy on top of this. But what I was able to do before is inside the vertex attributes is plug in or force, like, not force, but just make things like another attribute, like a type attribute. I don't know if I did that in the Kulo game. It might be in this updated version. This less updated version also might have it. Let's take a look. Yeah, so we get the player positions, and then we get the UVs here. And I think in Z-axis I plugged in the type or something, because like I was like, everything's going to be on the same almost thing depending on what it is, and then I can just switch it depending on what it is. So just use Z. Yeah, like, it was actually one of those things I knew I was going to forget how I did it. That's always nice. I don't think I did it here. I did a really sneaky thing in one of them. Yeah, like, I made like the UV coordinates 1 over, so everything that's overflow is overflown by 1. Subtract that, take that value, so you could actually pack other information into the UVs. Like, this is the UV for UI because it's overflown. So just put it on the whole screen, and yeah, render the UI shader, or it's all one shader, but like what will happen is, it's actually scary to show my code here. The code is like inside the shader. Yeah, and this is what it does. It's like draws the buttons. So I got away with a lot here. Drawing circles in certain positions depending on the frag coordinate. Yeah, kind of hard to like, I'll go back to the video where I did it and figure out what's actually going on here. Because you have to like take the coordinates, make the button, figure out where the mouse position is, then plug them into the shader, and you have to do this like really kind of tedious thing, but at the same time it's really cool because it's very optimized. And since the texture is also optimized, it's like a very nice technique in a way. Except I have to like actually use the predefined like values so I could programmatically move them from within the shader into outside the shader using defines by concatenating into the const fragment and vertex string. Here's where we see this in action. It's like, oh, if the UV is greater than 1, the frag type is 2, and create an outbound float, which is a type. Use this to figure out, oh, okay, this is like this thing. This is frag type 2. The only problem with this is the equal sign, the precision does get lost. I noticed in OpenGL this happens more than on the ARM GPUs. I don't know. So that's why that one's still coded an equal sign. On PC, I've been doing stuff like this. We should change it actually to the PC version just to kind of practice good morale. So this is how it would actually look like, PC version. It would be like actually something in between anyway. So it's like better to do this. Even though it's more calculation, you know the calculation will be correct. Like this, it won't be correct always. It'll like somehow get screwed up. Yeah. But this can be like decompiled, reverse engineered with enough time. It's not that bad, it's not that complicated. The other shit got even more complicated, I think, in the newer version. So this is the newer one, yeah. It's got the ads, native ads handler. I haven't, yeah, I have to implement it. I started on it though. I want to be able to do the ads, and it has the, here's the G&I stuff actually, I believe. Yeah, the native wrappers. This is always like nice to look at. It just looks like spam from Java. Like everything that was in Java gets translated into C++ or C, whichever way you want to think about it, whether it's flat or not. Okay. And I don't remember what this was for, but I think it was for the API. Like they recommended doing this, and then they did it some other way. Like I guess they do this on their back end a lot to kind of transfer C to Java a lot. And it's a good technique to know. It's not really required. And this is where I'm trying to do the Google Auth code. It's interesting why I left off. It didn't really work yet. It wasn't finished. But it has the skeleton that's needed. For example, one of the harder parts of this was the certificate part, because you have to use the asset manager to load it up. And this is the code right here. And that's not the only thing. It's got to be inside this assets folder. Then it reads it out of this assets folder using asset manager, which is like the loader, Google's safety system loader. An asset manager is really a system that you use to read files and I think store them. If we drill into this part of the API and we go to asset manager.open or _open, it's not like fopen anymore. I mean it is, but it does something more. Yeah, asset read, asset seek 64, close, get buffer, get length. I'm looking for if they have a write. I believe you do writing some other way. Yeah, you can't just like write an asset. You can't just like curl file and write it and make that an APK. I mean, you can actually, but the method is more. You have to follow the tutorial like I was talking about. Okay, so I've done this. This is more additions to the texture. I gotta work on this file for sure. There's more to this than this. There's one project I have to dig it up, or I actually try. What I do the compression. I load a PGN file and then I compress it and then I load it as a compressed texture. That way, I don't have to have a compressed texture in the asset folder. I have a PGN in the asset folder and it's smaller. PGNs are smaller than PKMs, which are ETC1 files. They could be ETC3 or ETC5 for more compression and more features, but there's more compatibility. with GL ETC1 RGB8 OSC, and that's the define for it. If it's not defined, then define it. So with certain NDKs, it might not be defined. That's why this little statement is here. It was like, oh, I just have to hard code that in, because it's my loader. This is the loader code. It's doing the loading. Hard code stuff that needs to be hard coded. Yeah. This thing right here is a broken piece of garbage. Like, I don't know how to fix this, or if I should. So I could break my other projects by fixing this, because I have to go delete stuff in C drive under. It's Windows too. Like Windows and Android development, you got to be like really good at how it's managing the local file system. It's got these wrappers too. It's using these Gemini wrappers. Yeah. Just to read through this, it's like forever. A lot of it's not too much code. Get Gemini env. Some of this is good to know though. Like this get instance env thing, because new vibration effect. Yeah, so you could get like how you would actually do a lot of this. How you would call the system up. Because you don't have a choice here. You have to use Java. In order to use Java, yeah, because we could look at the whole Android SDK, and a lot of it will be like you got to go through Java. Some of it you could go through native. Native will run faster, but you still got to call up Java to do certain things on the phone. I mean, on the ARM device, or whatever you want to call it. Vibration helper. Yeah, and that'll call the Java calls from that C class. I haven't even looked at this code yet before, but after doing the other code, I'm starting to understand what a lot of this does. And then also there's like going into Vulkan graphics programming. Here's the glass, or the OpenGL ES3. There's also a wrapper that does OpenGL ES2 and 3. This one, I don't think there's a class in here that does like GPS coordinates. There's like a special chip and special permission you need for that. There was some video about that. That was interesting. But yeah, this is what they want you to modify to do the tutorial. And then this. It's a very interesting tutorial. It's basically doing what you would do in curl on PC, like Steam does, like go load this like asset. But interestingly enough, on Steam and inside your game, when you call curl and try to call some service, it like doesn't let you do it. So you have to use a Steam HTTP, which is annoying because you're being wrapped around Steam Valve's thing. Yeah, it's like always trying to hack the hack type of deal. Is Google Play Games? Oh, that's interesting. There's an input mapper within this system. Yeah, there's a lot of system this example implements. I was going to say implements. So you can inference what you need. Play Game Services Manager. Oh, this is an interesting one. It will snapshot version of highest priority. I thought it's the highest progress will be used. Oh, yeah. So it's kind of like it shows you the Steamworks SDK, but the Google version of it. Yeah, and I get this ninja error. The path too long. There is a way to fix it, and I've tried to tell Windows. So yeah, just registry. My path is like. We could try the quick fix. Just to have fun. Gradle fighting, I call it gradle fighting. It's like a battle. Because you ask Gemini what to do. Google I/O tells you all these beautiful things about Gemini. But when you actually go in and try to fix some of these common Windows problems, it's just like, it knows like half as much as we do. Yeah, it's telling me go into the registry. Like, this should work. It says restart your computer, and that's the biggest problem right there. Is because when you restart your computer, it like resets. And here it's telling me to move the project, but moving the project doesn't work. This is an interesting one. Change Gradle's user home directory. Optional, but you could by default. Gradle puts cache in. Yeah, this is actually a good thing to do. I'll go and ask the other AI. Kind of don't feel like loading Microsoft's Copilot, but we might. Or go to GitHub. Let's try this. Let's ask GitHub's Copilot. At least it's not as laggy as Microsoft's, even though I believe it's just like ChatGPT 4, just a different. But yeah, I'd rather rebuild this project from scratch, but it would take forever. But doing so would give you so much experience. If you want a good experience, try to rebuild like parts of this project from scratch and get the yeah, here it's using the Spear V. I wonder how you actually compile these shaders. How you compile these Vulkan shaders. Like I would change up these regular shaders, and then I would go and make the Vulkan equivalent. Because you learn, you load these binaries up. Let me see, are these binaries in here? Yeah, there's shader files. So I get it compiles these as two sets of shaders, one for Vulkan and one for OpenGL, yes. There's a light position. It's kind of cool. Because I thought light points would just be like multiplied. Oh yeah, it's being multiplied by MVP so you can get the right position. Then it gets passed. So this looks like, yeah, this is the vertex shader. And then it gets passed into fragment as light position. What does he do with it? Yeah, he gets the distance. So the distance will configure the annotation. And then the annotation gets multiplied by the light point color and just, I guess, added. U push constants, what's that? Oh, the tint. So there's a uniform struct. Yeah, you could use these like interesting things. Wow, layout offset 80. Like, how do you get this number right here? Compile GLSL to Spear V using GLSLC, Install slang validator, input output S location, push constant offsets, install required tools. We need GLSO Vulkan validator or use Vulkan SDK. Android NDK tool chills LVM built binary GLSLC. Okay. So, how did I open NDK anyway? I did it on the other project. I did it like one of these. It's because that project is broken or something. So where was it? It said it somewhere. Oh, okay, tool chains. If it has this. It doesn't have it because this is the include directory. This is not the tool chains directory. Yeah, pre-built lib. Go to bin. There's all our tools, all the things that built it actually. This stuff will build it. Okay, and then go away, oversize. Huh. What? Should be in here. Linux. It's on Linux, but it's not on Windows. Search for GLSO. Maybe it's not included within this NDK, but I doubt that this doesn't have it. Yeah, 27 should have it for sure. Let's go check out 28. Nope. I guess I need the Vulkan validator, which means inside this project, I tried to make a short name. Then there's a third party. Then there's this thing called Vulkan memory allocator. Is that what it wanted? No, I think it's validator. It's this crap. Or the Spear V tools. This does have a shaders thing. Compile shaders, yeah. Yeah, GLSL validator. Oh, it does have validator. Here it is. This is the thing you would use to do it. Why would we use GIMP to open a text shader file? What kind of thing would we be on? Yeah, so we got a really simple shader file. Where would it throw it? Bin. compile some Vulkan shaders for Android, just for no reason, just cause we can. Okay, we got our prompt set up. We just need to go to the bin folder. Oh, they're already here, so let's like rename this just to prove that we've done it. VMA sample release. What the hell is that for? Oh, you need Visual Studio. Maybe you don't. You shouldn't. Oh wow. Okay, so there's an error. So what it's trying to do is hit this bin 32. Damn it. I knew that there was going to be an issue with doing something like this. I think I would have to build it, and I don't have Visual Studio. This is some memory thing. Let's see what the README says. Product page, this is the product. I bet you this won't build on it won't build. This is supposed to be built for, yeah, with VPCKG package it'd be easier, but it still won't work. Doesn't have Visual Studio, because this relies on Visual Studio. But I was gonna say build on WinMG, Flux engine. I've heard of that. This is a lot of really good Cyberpunk 2077. A lot of good links here, because you could check out like the Doom and the Quake 2. Best practice for mobile developers for ARM. Let's see. Wicked engine with modern graphics. PlayStation Portable Emulator Debugger. Oh, that's fucking cool. PS, SPP. So you could do that. PlayStation 3 emulator debugger. Oh wow. RPC3, RPCS3. Vulkan best. Okay. DirectX 12 memory allocator. Vulkan malloc. Oh, what the fuck that? Vulkan memory allocation library for Rust. Oh, okay. Don't want to go down the Rust path. Sounds like a wrapper language or something. Alright. Do we have this or this? Okay. So we would need one of these libraries to do it. We could automate it. It'd be easier to just develop on Apple. It's funny. Android is better on Apple. On Linux, it's good too, I believe. It's just like the UI also. Like it really matters. Oh, offset 60 plus 16 bytes. Offset plus 16 bytes. Total, but at least, yeah. This is why this is important. Validate, push constants, whatever it's called. There's a push constants.h. Yeah, there's a CMake file for this. Oh wow, it's like setting up those fucking source SDK shaders with DirectX. Like you have, I guess, shit that's on the C++ side and shit that's on the shader side, which is sort of what I've started to do on this even too. Oh, okay. Yeah, on Linux you could just download the fucking easy thing and just run it. No skill. On your development machine with WSL. What's WSL? Is that like a non-Microsoft compiler? Yeah, because I have the Vulkan SDK, I believe, on this. Which would be the easy way to go. It's just... I think I have the Vulkan SDK, I could be wrong. Yeah, Withering Waves game from Google uses it. Oh wow, okay. What is Vulkan Tools? Where is this? Oh, Bullet, okay. So I guess Bullet used... It's Vulkan Toy Engine. Oh, it's like a whole engine. Oh wow. I forgot I had stuff like this. Check out their netcode. Oh, Azo.io. Yeah, if this was like ported, so I wouldn't want to use Azo.io. But it's interesting because they probably thread this, right? Because mine is like incomplete. It doesn't have like priority threads yet. Alright, cool. Let's do a little bit of coding. Later I could kind of dive more into this. I could just search my entire drive for a compiler or just try to compile it with this. So I believe it was like compiled or used somehow already. Like memory allocator is being used, but not, I believe, the shader tool. Okay, there's a whole read me here. This is the only thing I really need to take out of this. It should just stop going crazy. Okay. Yes, it's... Okay, cool. There's like a font renderer, I guess. Let's see. Doesn't tell you what it does, really, but... But yeah, this has a new learning path. Oh, nice. It should look like this. It's not bad. So I was looking for just like a little graphics on the screen of what it could look like. Yeah, I've seen some Android games with pretty good graphics. It's not like, I think, just Unreal Engine, or like Game of Thrones. It's just like, you see that it's Unreal Engine, but at times it'll get choppy and laggy, and you're just like, okay, it's just like killing the graphics because it's just like trying too much. Okay, Gosha UI button has no name updated. Let's try to fix error number 1. It's always fun. Alright, this will just be like random crap. This will be fixing new stuff. And I'm getting hungry again. It's like, damn it. I should go make some tea or something. Oh shit, that's not the right way to do it. That's bad. This is a bad thing for your hard drive to be searching like this, but it increases development production. Yeah, on this .h file, we need an update. Update button. It has an update button. Alright, where is it being called that's like complaining? Main. Okay, main is like easy to... An update button. There isn't much code here. Main. Is this the new button? I think this is the UI button. And there's no text renderer here too. It's like another like, what do I do? Okay, let's see if just this error goes away, and then we'll worry about mouse callback and text renderer. Yeah, it went away. Okay, this one has some text. It looks cool and all, but yeah, this is the rebuild. Problem is, it's like it's in this folder. Bad place to put it. I think I would need to like throw it in a different folder. Yeah, and then there's this text renderer. Okay. Oh, it's building something. Shit. It would still need to be rebuilt though. Because this is horrible, I think. I think they're like not aligned. Oh, I was getting there. That's the whole point. I don't know what the hotkeys are. Just guessing. Alright. So you could imagine including this behemoth into a game. It's just like annoying. I'm just remembering what I did here. I'm actually also looking for the hotkeys. Here they are. F1, F2, F3. Yeah, like I need to know exactly like what all of them do, and I already forgot. Wow. It's like all these little individual problems. Because it's like debugging the whole rendering. Okay. This one is like a better text renderer in terms of signed distance formula, while the other one is better at like ease of use, I guess, and precision of how the characters get laid out. This one's a little simpler to kind of get started, and it uses less memory. Can we fit this? Let's call this 512 x 512 text render. Just dump it into here. It's like we're working on UI when we don't have a text renderer. I mean, I do, but it's not like in the game. Alright, can we build this fucker? Since this uses GCC and just kind of this Windowsy code, but it's Linux-ish, it's really good for portability for Windows, Linux, and possibly, well, because of Metal, it's like, no, it's not good for Mac. Unless you somehow use OpenGL renderer or a translator. But still though, I could like pick up Metal. I've already tried to pick it up, but alright. I just have a few linking problems. I'm surprised. It's pretty good actually. Like it's just GLFW, that's it. Because I think it's just a folder. Okay. Trying to manually find it. So all I would need to do is just rebuild GLFW for WinMG. Yeah, so we're using GLFW as our thinger, our window manager. I don't see it anywhere in here. I see glue. So that leads me to believe go in here, steal what's in here. There it is. We just need this shit. Damn it. Like, how is it not in there, though? That's my question. It's like, how is it compiling it without it being in there? Then we're linking against this directory, which is kind of funny. But this is really what it's probably missing. Yeah, the GLFW static version. Let's move this again. Once we build it, we're going to save it again. Let's try to put it at the end. Like, order does matter in here. I found out the hard way. Creating some crazy errors. Trying to be smart. Alright, it's still the same error, I believe. Yeah. We just need to add the flag. Hey, include this .lib file, which is like lowercase l. Alright, so glue, GLFW, goes after glue, because glue is first, because it does the first thing. First glue gets INIT, then GLFW. It's just the way it works. I don't know. I don't want to explain it and be like, oh yeah, GLFW creates the window, so it's first. It's like, oh no, GLFW is first, because it creates the window. Then glue gets INIT'd later, but it's first because it has to link with it first. I don't remember. I don't think I could have really explained it, but one of them links onto the other, and I think GLFW links into glue, and that's why it needs to be firster. Alright, so it's missing the Windows library. It linked to glue, but it's missing Windows. Or something to do with that, or something to do with Windows. Yeah, because linking this behemoth. So because I rewrote the quad cache class in the other computer, but I didn't completely finish it. When I implemented it with the sprite manager, things got really ugly. What are we looking for now? Probably this. Let's just try that. Which is equivalent to something like that, but whatever. Alright, I think we're built. And we don't get shit because there's no font file. That's fine though. It should like exit and like get pissed. Like, how dare you try to do this without me having this file? And like, what do we need here and what don't we need? Take that armpit. Need this crap. There was some hotkeys I saw. For some reason, I'm always bad at guessing them. Escape, WS. They don't do anything though. They're like camera keys. They were just inserted here for no reason. Oh, this doesn't do crap. Oh, it does stuff, but not the cool thing. Alright. And I don't think we need this anymore. Render text. It's like an evil function. Oh no, this is how it does it, isn't it? It doesn't even use cached. It just uses this garbagey thing. Maybe it doesn't use this garbagey thing. It needs to use this thing. But it doesn't. Because it uses render, so it uses this crap. Damn it. Well, it's kind of good, but it's kind of stupid. It's this code, okay. Damn it. Even the other code is a little more cooler. I'm just like really getting back into this computer's code base. Update text 1, huh? Okay, what does update text do? Was this AI generated? Yeah. No, like some complicated things like cached quads and stuff just won't work. It'd be nice to have both these text renderers, like there's use cases for both of them. For example, the short one is nice because it could be put into the same texture on a different channel. It could just be put on alpha channel, so you could have just like one texture for the whole game and still have text, and just use white as transparency or a really close color to white, or some other color possibly. The problem is recoding this, and then there's another example where I would have to like code that in to do the shaders, so I would have to get like hours into this. And the text is really cool, like it's half the game's features. It needs to also borrow code in this from the other one in order to align these right, I think. But to do that, it's like hard. But I think the code online has a way that they do it. But it's in WebGL, so I would have to kind of like port some of it. A lot of these like really problems where it's better to do it the theoretical way. How do we change the shader on this? We can't, huh? Can't just be like shader type is this. So I remember I had it looking different. There's a way to mess with that though. Just keep start this. Oh, there's the UI notification project. Yeah, it draws the entire sprite map. And makes it transparent. It's kind of stupid. Damn it. Yeah, I think it's shader fun. So I figured out on some examples on how to do the shader and some how to do this. See how you have the outline. Well, I can see it. A lot of other people will be like, what the fuck are you looking at? SVG main, yeah, and there's an SVG parser thing. What the fuck? Oh, it has to do something. Yeah, so on this, we see some sort of shader work. And the regular. And we see some stupid line. It's annoying. Oh, that's the background. It's still a stupid line. It's still annoying. Like to me, it like just one imperfection makes everything destroyed. Because it's supposed to be like pixel perfect for every time. Yeah, like why is there jag right there? It's actually outlined, or it's supposed to be like a glow effect. So it's actually kind of working right. It's just like overkill the way it's doing it. So it looks funny and some other things. Yeah, like this has no glow, and the glow was added by shader, so it's very manually just hard coded in there. It's like, how do you use this? You gotta get good at coding this from scratch again, and that's the problem. It's like leaving this alone. And this is like the code for the shader. You have to sit there and like play with the shader, like make like a shader toy just for this text. Because here, let's pull it up. I would have to use BM font or make my own subderivative version of it. And I think there's another way of doing this. There's like this Vulkan font demo. So there's like more ways to do font rendering. And then you go to like the second website, this Red Blob Games. And it has some really nice like JavaScript-ish, WebGL stuff. I should like clone it. This project I kind of got into. Let me see this. Very like precise font drawing. Because it does corners. That's the whole point of this. This one is very fine. Fine text rendering. Like I can't understand half of this, but I'm starting to like it's starting to get to me, because like just like looking at it. Yeah, and then I need to try different languages, because different languages are going to have a lot more of these curves. It'll be more interesting. Latin is like kind of simple. Like this is like the most complicated character. Oh, in general, not really, but yeah, like you have this thing that looks like a 3 and a E thing. But it's actually the ampersand sign, different style. Where's their thingamajigger? They have a live. Probably find them. There's like a bunch of live editing. Oh yeah, I think it's this page. Like that would be a cool text effect. Even and multiple quad layers, you could do some crazy thing. Yeah, this is how it looks like when you store it. Yeah, you could read the shader code here, and it's like pretty short for one little shader. Yeah, and this can be implemented atlas.js. So the nice thing about this code, it's all like open source. You just read this. It's just readable code, and it's very simple, like GL calls. It's not like some kind of cryptic. So there's your uniforms, you know, blah blah. Draw the buffer. Make the UI set in HTML or JavaScript, but you know, it just becomes HTML. Yeah, like you would have to be kind of like a web dev, at least like medium JavaScript, CSS, HTML person. But once you figure out OpenGL on the like C++ end, it'll just all make sense. Oh, here it is, this thing. So just take this, shadow, bevel. That's so nice. To me, it's nice. Yeah, so when it's beveled, like I love the bevel effect in Photoshop, because you could see like a 3D shape as it bevels. It generates it off of just like a SVG type format. That's nice. The outline blur. And because like you could just do that, if you could animate that, just easy, just like sine wave it. And then animate that. Like if you had these two animated at the same time, it would create this nice little eye game. Obviously, if you do that, like it'll give people absolute crazy. But still, this, what was the threshold is a nice effect though, because it makes it like bolder and fatter. It could actually make it skinny like that without changing font size. It's like having multiple fonts almost embedded from one SVG or one TTF. I keep calling them SVGs because they are font files. They are vector-based graphic under the hood mathematically. Yeah. So that looks kind of nice. Close up, it looks even nicer. Far away, it gets a little weird looking, get a little pixel, but it's sharp on the eye. Like I could read that almost in the bottom there, and it does all this like nice, like it makes sure that these corners don't get butchered by mathematical by linearity. It's because it's linear, so it'll average out and it'll cut those corners off. That's what happens. So that's the difference between the two text renderers. It's when you use this thinger, it gets cut off. We can't see it here because I made it high definition, but it does get cut off. We can kind of see it here. I would have to make it bigger and then turn the resolution down of the generator. And if I do that, let's go see something. If I were to make it 512 by 512, let's see, I can build this. Like that would be a thing to do first in this project. It's like TTF 5X. And then like I would have to dump it in an alpha channel and then later add the sprite manager into it somehow, so I could add it into the game. And what it does, the main function here, I wrote this spaghetti kind of on purpose so I could have the whole system in one file. It's like, how would I do this like in one file? Like what's the answer? Like that's the answer of this file. It's more of an answer like project system thing, and then it's being ported to this system, which is not working yet. And this is where it kind of does it. It loads up the texture, but when it generates it, puts it into this buffer, it gets told right here, set font size 48. Now it does not dump this though. Meaning we can't see it. I mean, we can. Where is it? Do we need STB image? We need STB image writer. Let's just go get it. Fine. Right there. And it's good to make an implementation file. And this will just write out an image of a PGN into file. We also should make a C++ file for the implementation so it does it once and it links it right. So when you include this file, it'll implement it into there. There is a better way of doing it where you use pgnlib or something. That would also be like nice if I could have a flag and I could just switch. Or I could switch between the two live. Yeah, so you could write these formats here. PGN, BMP, Target, HDR, whatever HDR is. JPEG. Set some compression levels. Yeah, some people like it actually, like there's been a bunch of work on this. It's like a long file and it looks really fun to read. Okay, how do we do the implementation file? We have to do what this file does. STB something. This does have STB image, right? I just didn't find it. Well, implementation file will just look like that, almost identical, almost. Except for image, we put image right. And instead of STB image implement, we do STB image implement right. And it should tell us right up here, before including, define this, and it'll generate the object file for the project. So we have to do a little bit of modification here. the way we build it, well, we gotta add more. We gotta tell it. This crap. And we kind of have to have it so we can just rip this out later too, which isn't going to be that hard, but the next part is probably cheat. Just trying to cheat with AI as much as possible. I feel like I've gotten very anti-AI-ish today. But it's nice to be anti-AI. We'll learn so much faster. I think let's try to be anti-AI here. You could write it to a function. We're gonna need this. So we need to recall this. We need to provide the stride in bytes. Whatever. Should be easy. So whenever we bound the texture, before we bind it, we'll just poop it out of the file system into the file system. Usually it happens before this texture ID. This texture, I need to write this buffer. We could even do it before or after. For fun, write a PGN of our atlas. And PGN results. File name will be atlas 48. It's set to 48 right now, but what's the width, height, and all that? Is it allocating a texture for every character? Is this the bullshit version? It looks like it. We're inside a for loop here. Oh no, this isn't gonna work. No, this is garbage code. It would have to like, well, fuck it. .512 is what you want your file name max to be. It's kind of a default, but it's 260, I know, with directory length or something, but whatever. We'll just, whatever, name this. We'll name it atlas _D, comma, the C thing, the character number, and that's it. And we have file name. And the width will be the width. And I believe all we really need is this width. And then we just know how big it is. I don't know why I'm doing all this extra work. Let's see, assign bytes. What is this comp thing? It's like one or something. That the data should be the buffer. Stride and bytes. I don't know. One. I think it's one. Who cares? Let's just compile this. Yeah, I had fun trying to make certain AI things work that required these libraries. I need to go look that up. Try that again. Like, my skill has grown, so I can just do crazier things now. Alright, does this directory look like trash? Yeah. Damn it. But whatever. Why are these files like super small? Because they are small? No, they're trash. They aren't real files. I mean, they are, but it's not correct. Like, why is that? Like, character 65 should be A. Or something like that. Yeah, that's not A. That's just garbage. I did it wrong. Okay. It's fine. I have the code somewhere. Human way of doing this. AI. Maybe go to your other projects and just search for this. Source star.cpp. Search for this. It's kind of bad to do it like this. It's not that slow. I mean, obviously. Alright, it will find it. But the old school way would be cpi image, right. And then obviously the AI tries to tell you the answer. I shouldn't cancel that. Oh, that's pretty cool. He wrote 2 of these. And it ended up being like a guy with like different fingers. It's pretty cool though. Right, fine, let's just see what AI said, because I messed up. Oh, with times comp. Okay, that's probably where I. Makes more sense here like this. This variable has to be recycled. You can see how they look like. And they have different heights and widths. The V is 33 times 33. I don't know what that means. No. There's 26 characters, but there's actually 52. Oh, there's actually more. 128. So how big would it have to be? Alright. My test was actually, how shitty would this look like if it was 16? Yeah, so it looks different. Obviously, we see a loss in quality. Okay. That's what the game font would look like. So 16, how many times does 16 fit in 256? I should know this from like manual labor. 16 times. That's 256 characters. And you can fit like 2 character sets on the red channel. Maybe at 32 times 32 you could fit more. I make this weird stuff. Not declared in this scope. That's so stupid. Stupider than stupid, because what if it gets declared before OpenGL initializes? And this is what would happen. It would look for Sprite Manager, fail, and who cares? It would actually do nothing. Because it doesn't push anything. It doesn't do create button. Let's see. Both are going to do this. Put here. Just can't call OpenGL here. Stupid comment. That was garbage. Because look what this is doing. It is doing what I was talking about, not doing. Sprite Manager won't be allowed here. Do this. Upload to GPU 0. The other button had a point. Hook up this shit. Yeah, it was like non-pointer, so I had to convert it to pointer because it's going to get pointers inside this other thing. Just reckless coding here. Alright, this thing is always fun. We need to like do mouse callback. The mouse callback is the this thing here. It would be nice to do all of these, all of them. Double. Sometimes I convert this to float. It does have a mouse callback thing here. scroll, callback. XY is not declared in the scope. Height and width. I guess that has to be defined. Alright, that's kind of arbitrary right there. But whatever. We know it's like lower than the other button. Okay, button state. It's the only thing we have missing. Do we really need it? What if we deprecate? I don't like these functions being called. This one kind of okay. This one bad. It can be like called somewhere else and just passed in here. Alright, now I don't know where the buttons are, but I don't think they even exist in terms of graphics. That's okay, we have the code injected. I need to get the guy to duck. Still like a bunch of stupid problems. Yeah, there's no enemy. Damn it. Should enable the cursor. Alright, the mouse is back enabled. Damn it. I don't know how to set the camera. I need to like read my hotkey list. Do a printout or something. Okay. I don't know if I have a triangle renderer though, because I need it for spikes. Or something. Or grass. Just do the grass renderer.